Now we have a rough opening. Gonna cut the door jamb out. So I'm fitting the drywall in, and next thing I'm gonna do is trim the edges and then put that top piece in. Corner beads are up, drywall's installed. Time to mud. Okay, so everything dried overnight. There's some cracking, but expected. Time to sand. So I didn't have to be too precise with mudding and sanding because they have this texture, which is called Knockdown. So I like to say that this texture is used for lazy drywallers because it's the type of texture like popcorn ceilings where it just hides things. So, I mean, honestly, fuck it, makes it easier. So what I did was mix up some texture, made it a little bit soupier than when you first get it out of the box or the bucket. And I'm gonna pour it into my paint tray and kind of like skim coat. And then I take this sponge and I dab it. And if I don't like the texture, I'll dab this in more joint compound and dab it, let it sit for a minute-ish, and then knock it down. Ta-da! See, because of the fact that you're just kind of like glopping on joint compound and then lightly pressing against it, you can hide so many imperfections. Like all of these cracks that I didn't get out over here, all these little divots that I normally would be so anal about, I don't give a shit because this hides everything. So I'll give you a more up close view. Basically, I apply the joint compound like liberally. You just want to glop it on. You don't really want to see any of the beautiful sanding you just did. So very liberally put it on. Then I'm going to take the sponge, dab at it, add some joint compound, dab at it. So in certain spots, I'm noticing I didn't put enough of the joint compound on, so it's not making as big of peaks as I need. So I'm just gonna do this to start it off, and then I go back, grab some joint compound, and make more peaks. Probably wait, honestly, like 45 seconds to a minute. It's not even, it really doesn't do much. And then I'll do basically this blade, I barely graze the wall, barely. And then this is where the real knockdown comes in when you go this way. Applied a little too much pressure in one spot. So when you do that, you just re-dab and pull. Yeah, perfect. There you go. Once it dries, it'll match that wall. All the pieces of the barn door are cut. I laid them out in the best pattern possible in order to minimize the amount of cracks, but that's kind of the beauty of a hand-built barn door, the rustic imperfections. Barn door's made, time to stain. I've never used this stain before, but it's pretty awesome. It's like almost like paint more than stain. It's more opaque, but you still get wood grain and you still kind of see a little transparency. I actually really love it.